Hi there and welcome back to our channel. We are going to be filming a Q&A today. I'm Lisa.
Oh, sorry.
And you are...
Aid. Thank you.
And yeah, we put out on Instagram if you had any questions for us, because we've been having quite a few questions lately and we just thought we'd try and consolidate it all into one video.
Hope we get all of them answered. If not, apologies.
We might see in how long. We need to try and not talk too much.
Yeah.
Otherwise we might have to do 2 videos. But my Instagram account, by the way, is The Funky Fairy. And
that's your kind of
that's my
lifestyle,
lifestyle, my everyday account. And then you've got...
Well, it's together, but I tend to do most of the posting on Aid and Lisa do Disney. Is Aid and Lisa do Disney?
It is Aid and Lisa do Disney, yeah. But we'll leave both links below for you if you want to go and check them out. But you've really upped your game with Instagram lately.
I certainly have. This
You've
last
really
week or so.
Bothered, have you?
No, I've just got...
Your photos are looking really nice.
Thank you. It's inspiration, really, to do something and share something.
You're enjoying it as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's quite a new account. So with only a few followers. So if you fancy going over, your photos are looking lovely.
I just wanted to say also, with your lifestyle, which is great, I think the idea behind this, we decided on the last holiday, wasn't it, to have a Disney Instagram, because I think there are a lot of Disney fans out there, well, and Universal and other things like that.
Orlando.
You can just keep it all together.
Yeah, it's just really fun.
That was the idea.
It's just a little bit of escapism.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a whole load of questions today. Let's start going through them.
Well, first we'll say we've obviously got some people's names. We've got some people's actually account names on Instagram, or YouTube. So please bear with us if we do pronounce them wrong or anything like that. So we're going to start off with this one.
With one of yours, yeah.
This is Eve Fulcher. Basically, what would your dream Disney vacation be like? And
we were chatting about this.
Yeah, and funnily enough, it would have been our trip that was due to go ahead in September.
Which
we've had some dream holidays.
We've had amazing holidays. We were so excited about September. Basically, we haven't actually shared. We realised
we haven't said
what we were going to be doing. We were going to be flying in to
Orlando
in September. And we were going to be having 5 nights staying at the Royal Pacific Resort in the Jurassic Park suite, weren't we? And then...
We weren't staying in the dinosaur beds, were we?
No, the kids were.
Yeah.
Then we were going on to Disney and we had, let me try and remember, 4 nights in Boardwalk Villas.
Yep, with a garden view, I think.
1 bed garden view.
Yep, 1 bed garden view.
And then we had 3 nights in a really beautiful villa. Beautiful, wasn't it?
Hey?
3 nights.
Oh yes, yeah, 3 nights in the villa, yeah. I'd forgotten.
Yeah, 3 nights in a really beautiful villa over Windsor at West Side. It's a really new area. It's quite close to where we used to stay at Bahama Bay, but it's brand new. And we have rebooked the villa for next year and staying longer next time. But it's a beautiful house, isn't it? Absolutely huge. With its own pool, but it's also on like a resort, so you've also got...
It's a complex, isn't it?
Complex, so you've got like gated community, it's got a really big pool, lazy river, bar and all that. It looks amazing and brand new, so it's really modern, really clean looking.
Yeah, and then after that we had, was it 3 nights?
4 nights.
4 nights at Animal Kingdom at Kidani in a 1 bed villa there, so that was going to finish off the holiday, wasn't it?
We were going to have an amazing holiday.
I think we have found that people that have maybe watched the vlogs, we do tend to split the holidays a bit like that now.
We never used to.
No, I never used to, but
I like having things to look forward
we
to.
like being on side, don't we?
Yeah. I must say though, the 2018 trip was really amazing, having the road trip starting in Chattanooga and working our way to Tennessee, Georgia, we did Alabama, then doing Savannah, and then Orlando. We did a night at Universal, and then we did a couple of nights in Wilderness Lodge and Club Level. I think it's just fun to
do different things.
Yeah, so I hope that's answered your question. Shall I do
one of
mine
your
next?
list then, yeah.
Okay, right. Mary Poppins Carpet Bag. She would like to know, which Disney cruise, boat and itinerary would we choose? We had a chat about this, and Disney cruises are something that keep popping up in our conversation. The kids aren't fussed with them, so it's something that we have spoken about doing in the future.
Right, we actually might want to clarify as well, because we keep saying kids. We do need
Our
to.
children.
Yeah, but want to make sure, let them know they're older children. We're talking about going on holiday on their own. It's not like they're 5 and 7. They're adults, aren't they?
They are now.
Yeah, so they're adults. So, but we're thinking of a cruise on our own, aren't we?
Possibly, yeah. But so we always said if we did do a Disney cruise, we would start off with one of the 3 nights that does, I think it's the Bahamas, and then stops at Castaway Cay, and then comes back again. Just as a little taster, I think that would be an ideal one, because we haven't done a cruise before.
Yeah, we saw.
And I don't like water.
Seen quite a few vlogs, haven't we? Did Luke and Rich do that?
Possibly. Adam's done a few.
Yeah, might be an Adam's been watching. Yeah, so
Yeah.
no, I like the idea of that as well.
And the Lodge guys, they did one.
Yeah, that's right.
recently.
That might be. I think that's part of the
Can I take
holiday.
my question off now?
I've done it. I've
You're
it.
too quick. Go on then, you do one of these.
So pick one off my list here.
I love the way, by the way, that when I was picking one off and you were pointing to the one you wanted to do. Do you want to do the next?
No, it's fine. No. This is from K.A. Jones 99.
Can't read his writing.
And that's a good point. Best time to go if you have to travel in school holidays. Now, we used to have this, and we were one of those parents that would, should we say, bend the rules a little bit. And
when our kids were younger, though, you were allowed to take them out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you were. And
we were just on the verge.
Yeah, we used to get permission, and we used to get it approved. So we would used to have a few days either side
of half term.
or things like that, or Easter.
We've done February half term, and that was freezing. We had frost, and it was so cold.
We did Easter, but that wasn't Disney.
What?
That was New York and Washington.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we still take the kids out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. No, we didn't actually. We had 1 day.
Oh, okay.
October half, but that was like 2012, 2014. It was quieter then.
I would actually say, this is, I'm going to answer because you actually answered this anyway, didn't you? You said last 2 weeks of August would probably
and
be
into
the ones.
First week of September if you can.
Yeah. Now the American schools would have gone back by then. Yes, you're going to have the UK schools still around, but we've noticed, having done that time, it generally seems to be quieter at the end of August. October always used to be the one we would say, but I always remember when we stayed at one of our accommodations years ago, they used to say October was dead. We'd never been.
Yeah, they used to say that at the resort.
And we stayed there in October, and it was really quiet. Stayed there the next time, we could see it was getting busier.
That was 2 years later.
And we hear from people now that October is one of the busier times. So I'd say, 2 weeks, last 2 weeks of August.
The weather isn't as great, and for us, there was just too many Brits. It was. Yeah. It's like everywhere we went, it was just British people all the time, and I just felt a lot of the time, like in the supermarkets and that, you could have just been somewhere in England. I've never known so many British people. But all the other times we've never had that feeling. But with regards to ride times and things, it was a really good time to go.
Yeah, you want to choose one?
Okay, right. The Crochet Ninja wants to know top Universal tips, places to stay, and what to eat and things to do. And we just feel this is such a great question.
Yeah.
It really excites us because we love Universal as well. We are actually going to make a separate video on this. And share lots of things, little video clips and things.
We'll give a very little brief answer on one tip on that.
Go on then.
Is we've done this before where we've, like you said earlier on, where we've just stayed one night at a hotel on Universal. Now you've got to make sure you choose the right hotels. The reason being because you get they call them the max passes or front of line passes. Sorry. And you're able to use those if you stay for one night on the day that you check in and also the day that you leave.
So 2 days.
So you have one night there, and we found that as
Arrive first thing in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. You probably won't get your room. We take an overnight bag. We usually do it when we're in a villa or something. So we are paying 2 nights that night.
Yeah.
Take an overnight bag, and then you get your passes and you go off for the day. And then you get your room at like 4 o'clock.
It's also great to do the water rides like that because you can go back, get changed, and go back out again.
Do them all in one go.
But that's just a very quick teaser on that one. But I think, separate video on that one.
Yeah, that one excites me.
This is from Caddyland, or Caddyland. If you had to save one of the big 3 in Magic Kingdom, which would you save? So I'll ask that over to you first.
Splash!
Why would that be?
I love Splash.
You do, don't you?
I love Brer Rabbit. I used to love Brer Rabbit when I was little. I love Zippity Doodah. I used to sing that with my sister. I just love Splash Mountain. I think it's so cute. and I love the way that you hate it.
No, don't say that. For me, I'd say Space Mountain. I just love Space Mountain.
I do love Space Mountain.
I do love Splash Mountain too, but I just have to say I'd probably enjoy going on Space Mountain more than
It's the music
Splash.
that you find.
No, I don't mind. It's a bit like the same as It's a Small World.
That's how you see it.
But I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Do you?
But I do.
You never used to. Has it grown on you?
Yeah, it's something that I feel you do. It's, no, but it's one of the sort of rides, isn't it? You can't not do Splash Mountain. We've done it before when certain times of the year it's been down for maintenance and we've actually missed it because it's been closed. And
it's
that's
great
happened
if
a
you
few
can get
times.
on there when the fireworks are on. That's
yes,
really cool.
we have done that once, and we're going through and seeing the fireworks go. So I'd say Space Mountain, but I do love Splash, and also I do love Thunder Mountain as well.
I do, especially at night time.
Yeah, Thunder Mountain's great at night time. So
that was a good question.
that's that one there.
Am I doing one of mine?
Yeah.
Pixie Nick Travels wants to know what we think about the recent DVC changes. I'd like to know what
changes they are.
I'm not very good at keeping up to date with things.
I'm not too sure if there's anything in reference to the current situation now or things that have changed. I know
dates have changed.
I know the points have
meaning.
changed, and they updated. They made a bit of a slip up with the California resorts. They had to update,
really?
But that was January, February time. So maybe message us. We're glad to answer it, but we're just not sure.
Have we missed something?
Have we actually missed something? We tend to keep up to date, and we get the messages, obviously,
you do,
because we're our DVC members. So, yeah, maybe messages.
About that one. And then she also asks if we've driven up from Miami. And no, but we're planning to next year.
Yes, as part of our
fingers crossed the trip goes ahead.
Rearranged trip. Okay.
Yeah, so if you've got any tips, if you've done that, let us know.
This is one. Which one should I do? Should I do that one there?
I can't read your writing, so I don't know.
Dining plan or planning a trip?
Yeah, go on, dining plan.
Okay, this is one from Alex JF94. Thanks for your question. Have you ever booked Disney dining plan? If so, do you think it's worth it? You're booking your first trip. We have done Disney dining plan. This was when we stayed at Beach Club.
2017.
It was our first proper not DVC, so our first on-site stay. If you saw my Instagram post the other day, I think that trip changed our thinking of things. But anyway, we did dining plan, getting back onto that. We enjoyed it, but I would say we just felt, were we on the deluxe dining plan? We almost felt we were eating because we had to eat.
We're eating for the sake of eating.
With it being warm. It was good, and I think if you want to do character dining...
It was a great way to try all the character meals.
I would totally agree with that. Great way to do that.
We did book as many as we could to get all the experiences in.
Just remember, though, when you do that, we did it when it was the free dining plan offer. Although you have to kind of think, is anything free, really? But the free dining plan. But remember tips. If you've got a meal which is, say, for 4 of you, getting close to, say, $200, which some of them are. I mean, you think of Ohana's or Crystal Palace breakfast can be maybe not as expensive as that.
The dinner would be, actually.
The dinner would
Hollywood
be, yeah.
and Vine we did. That's another pricey one.
You've got to think, if you're going to be paying 18, 20, 22% tip, that can be easily $40 plus. And if you just got to remember that that's probably the same cost as doing like a quick serve, or even add a little bit more and you can go out for a meal out in any of the reasonable off-site restaurants. I mean, you can pay more, but I'd say just remember that, the tips. We enjoyed it. The snacks were good.
It was a fun experience. I'm glad we've tried it.
Yeah, friends have done it before, and they always remember them saying about how many credits they'd got left, because we'd been out there when they were there and what they've got on their snack credits, and they were changing their quick serve to snacks, and at the end of the holiday just getting almost presents to take home for people because they had so many snack credits to use, wasn't it? So it was good. I don't think I would pay for it.
Plus the other thing we really struggle with feeling hungry when it's warm, and so we tend to share a lot of meals. So to pay for the dining plan, I think it would actually...
I don't think we would use it ourselves.
I think...
Could be different for others.
Yeah, I think it actually would cost us more in the long run. CJ Cams 18, or is that a 518? I can't read my own writing. Is asking about Hollywood, actually. Tips and recommendations, and would you consider staying on... would you consider going back to Hollywood? Hollywood, it was actually my 3rd visit and your 2nd visit, wasn't it?
Are we saying Hollywood, or are we saying West Coast in general?
No, Hollywood, West
Hollywood,
Coast,
yeah.
same thing really, isn't it?
My second visit was third.
To Hollywood it was.
Third.
Was it? I don't know.
So
Oh yeah, third.
yeah,
That's true. So it was both of our third visit. We only thought we were going back really because the kids hadn't been. Otherwise we wouldn't have bothered. But actually I really, really enjoyed it. I loved the neighbourhood we stayed in. We stayed in a very grand neighbourhood. We had like a little, somebody had converted a garage into like a little guest house behind a mansion. Loved it.
I felt very safe actually.
And this is the road that we're staying on. It's lovely and quiet. And when we checked in, the owner said obviously it's a really nice neighbourhood, but just reminded us that it is still LA. So I think have your wits about you, which you would anyway.
Mary Poppins
Strikes
carpet
again.
bag. So that's the second question there. Was that actually allowed? And all Crochet Ninga's had a couple, hasn't she? If we're members of Club 33, which park would we choose? Now,
we don't really know much about Club 33, do we?
I have a bit about Club 33, but I was pretty sure that if you're a member, you can go into any, I think there's 4 Club 33 lounges, whatever they're called. I think if you're a member, you can actually go into any of them. So that's, I guess, really the answer.
Luke and Rich went a while ago, didn't they? Was that the California one?
I don't know, but
so.
I've never been. I don't know of anyone that I know that has actually been. But as far as I'm aware, I mean, again, please correct us if we're wrong, but from what I did do a bit of research was the fact if you remember, you can go into all of them.
Julie wants to know our perfect Disney day from waking up to going to bed. On site.
Grabbing coffee.
Getting up early, I think. I love the early morning.
Joffrey's cake.
Oh, Joffrey's donut and cake. Where would you be? Would you start in Epcot and then go off somewhere?
Probably Epcot to start there, but before everything's open. So sort of 9ish when you can get into there.
And wander around Boardwalk first.
Yeah.
So I think I'd be staying then at Boardwalk or Beach Club.
Yep.
And then wander into Epcot. We were saying that when the express buses were running, that made it so much easier. Like we'd wander into Epcot, get a coffee, and then get the bus directly into Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, they did it as a trial, didn't they? Nice. But it wasn't actually that.
I think we did it the last week. It was open. It was so much fun. It made it so easy.
Yeah, from going one place to another. I don't know, there's lots of different things, because just thinking of some of the things we've actually done, like when we went off and did Trader Sam's, then went off to watch the fireworks, and
we did Epcot afterwards, didn't we?
Don't know,
we like splitting our days into 3. So we'd start early and do park, come back to the resort,
bit of
go
pool
swimming,
time, downtime.
Yeah, have a snooze, shower, and then go back out. So grab food and then go to a park again in the evening. That to me is my perfect day.
I'd actually say perfect day is not rushing around.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think everyone's probably know, if they've been before, okay, you got your fast passes, and people were probably driven by fast passes. We've done that as well, but it's a case of some of our best times last trip, wasn't it? We just went out and enjoyed.
Just because it was so quiet as well.
It was, but coffee, but then the parade came round. Do you remember? And it was just the fact we were just almost watching the world go by.
Didn't really do any rides.
No. So
just enjoy, being just really relaxed and just not clock watching. I think that's the thing as well. Just going with the flow.
Right, it's a question here from Margaret. I think it's Margaret C7770. Would you ever wing a trip? And do you think it's possible? I think I saw your head shake there. I think we can answer this one quite quickly. I think some people probably think it can be possible, but I think...
It scares me.
I mean, we do plan, but I would say although we plan, our plans change as well. So we're not, okay, we must do this.
We do leave the empty spaces as well.
But not only that, if we don't feel like we wake up in the morning and feel different, we won't do what's on for that day. We'll change it.
Or even if we've got fast passes booked, like the video that went up recently, we were in Hollywood Studios, we had a slinky dog in like 40 minutes, but we really didn't feel like staying in the park. It was so warm, and we didn't even do slinky dog that trip. And we love slinky dog, but we just felt like going back and having some pool time.
We've had it before where we said, yep, we're going to stay and watch the Star Wars fireworks at Hollywood, but it was about an hour wait still, so we thought, you know what, No. I would say for us, planning is important. It makes the holiday more enjoyable for us.
And also we actually enjoy the planning time beforehand. For me, it's part of the holiday. Going off for our coffees, having our planning time. We absolutely love it.
But we won't, if we don't do something or plans change, we won't get, it doesn't sort of bother us, does it? We just move on to the next thing kind of thing, or do something else.
Yeah.
So.
Right. The allotment stitcher wants to know what we think about the changes that Disney have been announcing with regards to 2021, passes not being available in the UK and that kind of thing. At the moment, we are just listening and watching, and to be honest, I'm not letting anything bother me at the moment. I think just everything is changing so much. Still feels a long way off, so I'm not letting anything bother me or...
Yeah, I think you could say what if to a lot of things. I think you could go round and round and round different scenarios, and we've got into that vicious loop sometimes with things. But with this here, I think there's nothing you can do. We just got to wait to hear the information. I'm sure everyone will be kept up to date, won't they, with what's what, and I think it's just a case of just sit tight and try not let it sort of bother you or think too much about it. I've got one here from Mrs. Snook. Never been, looking to start planning. Where's the best place to start? We had a bit of a chat about this, and in our, wasn't our first trip, was it our second trip? Third trip. We've kind of learned as we've gone along as well. We happened to be on a holiday on the south coast in a caravan, wasn't it? And we just went into the little village.
We just booked, it was Easter, and we just booked Disney for October.
It was kind of a last minute thing. We popped into the Smiths there, and we were just looking at travel guides and looking at various different ones, and we came across one, knew nothing about it, and it was the Brit's guide. And I would say, for anyone that hasn't been, I would start with that, because you can pick it up, put it down. You've actually just bought a copy for your family, haven't you? Because they're planning a trip, aren't they? But I think it gives so much useful information. We found it was just great. You could look at it for 5 minutes, you could look at it for 5 hours. Gets updated every year.
We really enjoyed it.
And we really enjoy it. I would say that's the best place to start. And I think watching vlogs. There's so much information out there now.
I'll do a list of our favourite vloggers, Disney vloggers below, actually.
Yeah, and because we've learned from watching, and that's again how we've kind of planned. I mean, we don't really like, if there's new rides, sometimes we don't like look at them, see what's going on. We want to have some kind of surprises. But accommodation, it's great to see some places before you've actually been there. So I'd say Brit's Guide. We have actually got an Amazon storefront. The Brit's Guide will be on there. So the link is in my Instagram or the Aidan Lisa Instagram account.
I don't know if it's in yours
as well, and do the link below as well.
Yeah.
Well, so everyone knows where it is.
Okay.
But I'd say the Brit's Guide is a good starting point.
Right, Hayley wants to know road trips, how we decide where we stay and how we decide how long we're staying, and that is something that I have actually done a video on already. I love the road trips most of all, so I'll do that video link for you below, Hayley, and you can go and check it out and actually see how we plan our road trips out and how they all come together.
And they develop, don't they?
It's my favourite thing to do.
2 week turns into a full week, doesn't it? Okay, one from Crochet Ninja here. What would Disney need to put back in place for you to feel magical again? Now, I'm assuming you're meaning that this is to do with the current situation at the moment, because we've always found that Disney has been magical. Again, I think it goes back to the question we answered before. It's the fact of, yes, it would be nice for things to kind of go back to normal as they were. We're hopeful that will happen. It may take a little bit of time. I'm also sure that Disney will do all they can to make it as magical as possible, but it is going to be different. There's no denying it. If people haven't done a trip before, maybe hold off for a little while. This
is something else as well. We've said that if it's just the two of us going on a little break, we don't mind so much if it's not completely magical. We don't mind restrictions, but when you're going on a big family holiday, that feels completely different.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, so we'd be happier to go if there were restrictions in place, just the two of us, because we're quite happy just having coffees and wandering, to be honest, and going shopping and having nice food. That one.
Well, should I do this one here?
Yeah, that one.
Question from, I keep thinking it's Ashley, but ASHYGB1964. The question was, would we choose to do 1 week at Disney, 1 week at Universal, or do 4 weeks off-site? I understand you're thinking of a trip in 2022. I will go straight to the point on this one and say, I would actually say, why, don't say do all of it, rather than do 1 week, maybe, again, it's all about cost and money and things like that, I would maybe take a couple of days off each of the Disney and Universal, so maybe do 4 or 5 nights, and then do the equivalent or remaining time off-site. We have done similar before, as we said, and I think you get the enjoyment of being on site of both Disney and Universal, but then you also get the enjoyment of the space, being in a villa or accommodation off-site. So that's what I would do. I'd do a combination.
I agree.
That'd be my
answer.
We
love being on site, but we love having a space as well. So a combination.
So maybe reduce that
boxes.
week of each of those, because it is expensive. And this is one from Holly Does Disney. This one actually probably made us think most about
I can't remember
the question.
what this one was.
It's the. It's the.
Oh, well, should we finish with yours?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Right. We'll do my one.
Do yours. Yeah.
Right. Melissa wants to know. This is a fun one. Best, worst, and weirdest guest experiences. This has been a bit of a family discussion. Right. The worst. We'll start with the worst and work our way up. We had a really rude cast member in Crystal Palace, and he quite upset me, and it was first thing in the morning. I just don't like confrontation, and he was just really rude. He thought we weren't tipping him, and he'd been quite nice throughout the whole breakfast.
When that happened, it was almost like we were...
And he was just really off and really rude to us, and it was just that it was our magic bands that we were using for the first time. We'd never done...
so we didn't know
it was the dining plan. We didn't know how it worked. We were going to tip him, but he just assumed that we weren't tipping him, and he just was rude.
Woman at Casey's Corner, we ordered some hot dogs, and
may as well have had them thrown at us.
Yeah, exactly. Won't go into that much.
But she was rude to everybody, wasn't she? But everyone was kind of laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
She was awful.
Do we need to talk about that one?
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Is it a bit of PTSD?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was my birthday, and you'd actually done a talking Mickey for me.
I'd done a surprise fast pass.
Yeah, and he didn't actually say anything to me. It was all to Holly, wasn't it?
He had his birthday badge on, and
it
got blanked, and it was all about Holly, and Holly hated it. He wanted to try and make Holly dance, and she was saying, no, I don't want to, and he made her dance, and it was all just incredibly uncomfortable.
And I'm going to practice our special greeting. Here, let me show you. Hey there. Hi there. Ho there. Jump. Room, room, room.
Okay, guys.
Pretty great, huh?
Go on,
Let's try it together.
Okay.
Why don't we practice? Hey there. Hi there. Ho there. Jump. Room, room, room.
I'm gonna watch the movie.
And action. Hey there. Hi there. Ho there. Jump. Room, room, room. Wow, you're a natural.
It was really, really uncomfortable.
In regards to best experiences, I think there's 2 here. One, I don't know if he actually plays there.
He was in Disney Springs, he'd moved.
Yeah, the guy that plays the harp, who was in Animal Kingdom, so entertaining.
I've got a video clip actually, I'll include that. He was so good. We were going to head out of Animal Kingdom for the evening, so it was pouring with rain, and he made us stop, and we grabbed ponchos, and everyone was dancing in the rain, and we stayed for the whole evening. It was amazing.
The last one here as well was the party tram. Now, anyone who's been on the trams will know you've got quite a lot of different characters. and I think it was at Hollywood Studios. Was it Animal Kingdom as well?
No, that was a different one.
Was that a different one?
Yeah.
But I think it's just he was so entertaining. It was a party on the tram, and when we came to leave the park, we just missed his tram going back again.
He must have been
And we
doing
were actually
it
gutted.
all afternoon.
Yeah.
But it was like party tram, and he was beeping all the time and singing, and and he was making everyone join in. That was brilliant. I don't think we've had any weird ones, have we?
No.
Oh no, that Mickey was weird. That was just uncomfortable. Oh, sorry, I reminded you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, go on then, on to your one.
Yeah, go back to this one. Yeah, this is from Holly Does Disney, and thank you for the question as well. Share some unpopular opinions. Again, we spoke about this. There's a few here that we sort of did think of. We also asked Louis, didn't we, as well? Should we say his one first of all?
Peter Pan.
He doesn't get why people like Peter Pan, the ride. Why is it so busy all the time?
But we also feel the same about Snow White. The first time we ever rode Snow White, I don't think it had actually been opened that long, and the queues were crazy. We'd managed to get a fast pass.
Yep.
We queued 2 minutes from getting on from the queue to getting on, and we got off. And Louis' exact words: "That was a waste of 2 minutes."
I think it's good because it is a ride that is the younger kids can go and enjoy, and it is a little bit like that.
But
so
for
I get
us, we're
that.
not really fussed.
Tower of Terror. Now we loved Tower of Terror.
Past tense.
Probably everyone's going to hate us now as well for saying this. Not saying we don't. We still like it. But it's a bit of an anti-climax now after having done Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. You put
your t-shirt on, I just realised.
Yeah. We absolutely loved Guardians. We went on
California.
In California. We did that, I think, so many times. It's just the whole atmosphere. The riding seems different as well, although it's still the same. Longer. But it was just such good fun. So
because we'd done California and then we came over to Orlando, we flew on to Orlando, then we
actually thought the ride was like cut in half.
Yeah, it just felt so short, and it was like, is this it? We just felt cheated. Smuggler's Run is another one. We've done it 3 times and we weren't wowed. I'm really sorry. I know again the detail's amazing.
It's a great right. Just the ride here we're talking about. We're not talking about Galaxy's Edge.
No.
The ride itself. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love the ride, but I think when you're trying to do something, I've been a gunner and I think I've been a pilot as well. But I think you're almost, if you're actually into that, you're not actually paying attention to what's going on. I think the gun, you're looking to one side.
I like being the engineer best actually, because I could just do that, and I was filming you two as well.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a great ride, but for me, maybe that's a bit unpopular to say that, but I wouldn't necessarily queue to go on it.
I'd queue 15 to 20 minutes. That's my maximum queue time anyway. What else is on your list?
We've got on here Polynesian Resort. Everyone loves the Polynesian Resort. We like it as well, but we would never stay there.
Well, we might stay there if.
Oh yeah, okay. Say never.
You never know.
It's so loud. It just seems to be.
I think for us now, because our kids are older as well, it just seems very kiddified. Lots of younger families, and like we stopped and had a quick serve meal in Captain Cook's one evening, and it's when you've got all the excited kids and they're screaming, and you've got adult kids, and it's just too loud. Sorry.
You've got here Rivers of Light, but I don't think it's necessarily unpopular opinion. You just had a bit of a bad experience, I think, didn't you?
What, a bad experience with
someone with a 12-inch iPad in front of you
the whole time filming
I think that's more
I watched Rivers of Light through the iPad. I don't know why the cast members don't say anything.
I know,
it annoys me so much. But no, I'm not actually fussed with
unpopular
it anyway.
opinions, although we love ears. I just thought of this one while they're here.
Yeah.
How many times have you, I know that...
I always take my ears off if I go into like Filler Magic, anything like that. I would always remove my ears.
Because when people have got ears, and not even ears,
hats.
and they keep them on. And I just think maybe that's not an unpopular
We also have
opinion.
a thing though where we don't raise our arms, or we try not to raise our arms if we're on a ride which has a photo and there'll be people behind us.
Yeah.
Like
try to be a bit considerate.
Yeah, Tower of Terror. If we're in the front row, we try and like do.
We had was it wasn't Splash Mountain? Was it California or was it in Orlando?
It's in California with that woman the whole time
taking selfies.
Yeah.
But that didn't something happen at the end of the ride.
I can't remember
anyway.
But we just try and be a bit considerate.
One on here list as well. This is California here. Jack Cookies.
They're in Orlando as well.
Oh, are they now?
Yeah.
I was really disappointed. There was a bit of a hype. You're not a cookie person. I am. I really didn't think they were anything special.
Louis loved them.
I'd have much rather just got some cookies from Walmart.
Holly wasn't
or
fussed
Target.
either.
They were okay, but just not my thing. There was one other I was just thinking of there as I spoke about that, and I completely forgotten it.
What?
I can't remember.
Aid's got one more, but he can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember that. There's one more unpopular opinion. If I remember it, I'll share it on Instagram.
Okay, but thank you so much for watching. I hope we've answered all your questions. There may still be a few that we haven't.
Yeah, if we've missed any,
I'm
please.
really sorry, but or leave the comment below.
Yeah, we can always.
No, we can always film
we'll probably have
another
another Q&A at some point. And if you like the video, please subscribe. And anyone that's new to the channel as well, welcome. And anyone that does watch already, there's a couple of comments there, people that say they're actually enjoying the vlog, so thank you for that. And yeah, anything or even any content people want to know about anything Disney, Universal, or well, holiday planning at all, really, just let us know.
Thank you so much, and go and find us over on Instagram. I'll leave the links below and the other video links that I mentioned as well. Thank you so much, and we do have a new weekly vlog coming up on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.